Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my dear students. Now, today we are blessed to continue the topic of minor ablution. This class, we will focus on further evidence on wudu, and we will take our pillars of wudu as it is found in the Quran, Surah number 5, verse number 6. In addition, we will be looking at the pillars as discussed in the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in performing wudu, as it is taken from Sahih Hadith recorded in the books of Al-Bukhari and Muslim. And just to remind you, we are only taking the authentic Hadith for this class and leaving all the others for later. Okay? So let's start our class. Okay, so there is a lot of confusion between what is exactly the Quran referring to, what is the Sunnah referring to, and what is a Hadith referring to. What are these words? What do they mean? Okay, I'm going to tell you in this episode. Okay, I'm going to make it very clear. And actually, I'm going to be doing a lot of reading because the definitions are very technical. I have to get it right because, you know, in Islam, these things are very important and they're used actually in even Islamic law. So, okay, we're going to start with the Quran. The Quran is the literal words of Allah transmitted in the Arabic language through Archangel Jibril to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Okay? The words are from Allah and the meanings are also from Allah, and they are in Arabic. So that means any translation of the Quran that in English or any other language is not the Quran, actually. It's not the Quran. Okay? The Quran is only in Arabic. What we say when we look at the translations is that they are the translations of the meaning. So for example, when I give a Quran verse, usually I don't say it in Arabic because my pronunciation is not so great yet. Thank you. Usually I will say it in English and I will say such and such verse in translated meaning, and then I will say the translated meaning. Okay? So that's what the Quran is. Now, the Sunnah, linguistically, Sunnah means way. Okay? What Muslims usually refer to when they refer to the Sunnah is the way of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And this makes up his sayings, his actions, and approvals. So 3 things. So these are the things that we take as lessons from him, things that we emulate. For example, when he ate, he would eat with his right hand. So that's something that we also do. And we say, it's Sunnah. It's something that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to do. Thank you. Okay, so and why do we follow his Sunnah? Because he was the best of mankind. And also in the Quran, Allah tells us at least 13 times for us to obey and follow the way of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yes, got it right that time. Okay, so that's what the Sunnah is. So we got the Quran. Yes, we've got the Sunnah. Now, what is a Hadith? Now the Hadith, okay, I'm going to read, I got to get this definition right. The Hadith are a collection, or is the collection of narratives of the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that can be traced all the way back to the Prophet himself. Okay, so for example, you might have a Hadith that is just like before, that is mentioning that Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, used to eat with his right hand. So then they would have the name of the narrator and the person who said it before that, and before that, and before that, until it becomes the person who actually saw the Prophet do that. You kind of get it? There's a chain of people who narrate a Hadith. Okay? So there is a whole science that revolves around the study of Hadith. But just keep in mind that it's kind of like a data bank of all the Sunnah that Prophet Muhammad used to do, okay, or say or approve us, or approve of. Okay, so Muslims, we depend on both the Quran and the Sunnah together, so the Quran and the Hadith together to kind of guide our life. If the Quran, for example, is our basic guidebook, our basic manuscript to how to live our life, the Sunnah or the body of Hadith helps us to navigate that manuscript. So it's like a guidebook on how to apply the rulings and the commandments and all these things. Okay, so I hope that makes it clear between those 3 things, but I want to mention another 2 more things. Okay, what is a Sahih Hadith? And the Muslims have to really put stress on this one because there are Hadith out there, the recorded Sunnah, that are sometimes fabricated, weak, and there are rulings regarding that, but we look mostly at the Sahih Hadith. And what are they? They are the authentic, strong Hadith. So these have been proven, and these are the ones that we try to follow. Okay? Number 2, Hadith Qudsi. Hadith Qudsi, we have to make a comparison between this Hadith Qudsi and the Quran. Okay, the Quran, if we remember, I had said that the Quran are the literal words of Allah in the Arabic language, and the meanings are from Allah. Okay, now the Hadith Qudsi is actually the sayings of Allah in meaning, but it's through the words of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, I'll give you the example. So mom says, don't touch this pot. But then when you want to say to your little brother, you say, hey, it's hot, don't touch the pot. Okay, the meaning is the same, but one is directly from your mom, don't touch the pot. And the other one is from you. Got it? So one is Quran, the actual words, and the other one is Hadith Qudsi, through the words of Prophet Muhammad, even though it's the same meaning. Okay, yes, that is all that I want to give you in this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing, and see you in the next episode. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Do find the previous episode here, the next episode here, and comment, like, share, and subscribe down there. And I'll see you in the next episode, okay?